But yeah, we've got artists in our ends there where they've been there, done that, right? So from time you've been there, done that, yeah, isn't it, you can't, okay, maybe not fully, but isn't it your responsibility to kind of like leave the door open, or to kind of like, I don't know, bring certain people on. Again, it's not a handout thing, but the way I look at it, basically, not too many. What I'm trying to say, yeah, not too many people in our ends are working together like the way South is. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but I've always said
it's a bit jarring.
You see, it's not
because there's talent in North.
I don't even call it jarring.
Yeah.
You see me in this life, for example. Yeah, people show you their colours, innit?
Yeah.
So no one has to do anything.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Anything.
But together we win more, right? Together, we win more. So together we get further, right?
People just show you they're not on that.
Why though?
I don't go that
especially
far.
if you look across the pond, like I'm saying, and you can see South, how the brothers are getting together, everybody, you get me? And I'm not saying handouts, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm trying to say, I'm just saying getting together as brothers, working together as one.
Don't kill yourself to try ask yourself why. Do you know why?
I'm not.
You see people,
but I'm just saying for the bigger picture,
of course,
for the game.
You see, I always say this, and this is what makes me not bug out. What it's supposed to be compared to what it is two different things. So let's say, for example, me as a man, for example, I assess what it is. My whole being is based on what it is there and then, for example, so I can move forward. If, say, for example, just being real, if you got left by a girl tomorrow, don't sit there crying and thinking about the previous.
I'm not good enough.
That's a dickhead.
No.
You know, I've got to a point, you move straight away to the next girlfriend, or straight away to go do whatever you went to go do, or go straight away to go make money.
Jeez, Dab, you don't waste any time, do you, mate?
But why? Because, imagine you've had a situation like that happen before, for example. It's like me, I've been in so many situations to know, oh, you're just not like that.
Yeah.
That's just your character. Do you get what I mean, yeah? Then, in South, you could tell where they've come from, for example, they don't have time for the stupidity. Do you get what I mean? Whereas some people, for example...
That's another good point, to be fair.
Yeah, like, some people, whether it's East, whether it's West, whether it's North, for example...
They've got time.
And do you know what it is? Because it's different worlds. So, you might be going through something to make you even move like that. I don't have time to sit there to be stressing myself to be like, oh, why ain't he moving correct or whatever? I still need to move and go do what I have to do, and you get me, jug or whatever I need to do. It just needs to get done, that's all I know. Do you get what I mean? And all it is what people do teach you is what to do and what not to do. When you get put on, just make sure that you're the different. Do you get what I mean? Because everyone else that came before you, for example, they just might not have seen themselves go as far as that big picture where we're all millionaires or whatever the situation is. One thing I do give South, I see them all being millionaires and getting to the bag and rare this and that, working together and rare this and that, and I'm happy for them because that was even down to me. If you me, most of the teams or crews that I've been in, for example, is because that's all I've seen from young. I'm from my dad's got 18 kids. There's 6 of us in the household, for example, and you don't have to work together for this. You know what I mean? So I take that same energy into the world. But I've got to a point, it's taken me very long, but I've got to a point where I've accepted, oh, this is not like that. And it's okay. It's actually cool. Just find the people that you can do that with, keep it moving.
Absolutely, keep it moving, man. So do you think definitely, like, within probably like 5 years or 10 years, like North London will be like South? In terms of like people working more together. Like I said, everybody can work. Like I said, everyone can do their own thing. People can make their own music and just do whatever they like. For me, personally, I just like people working together. And like as a person who has spent most of my life in North London and had a little taste of it with people like certain people coming out working together. Now I'm just seeing South booming, and I'm thinking to myself, we've got talent, Like, why can't people just work together and we create this beautiful scene again? Like, because I know for a fact if we did that, maybe not to be biased, but I reckon, because our thing is different. If we did that, I reckon our thing will even be much, much bigger and even more crazier than South. I'm just putting it out there. That's what I think, because North is different.
I think North's always going to be good, but it just might not be our generation to do it.
Okay.
I've accepted this as well. Like, I'm a person now, for example, how I assess life, innit? I don't force things. Because I've got tired of trying to show people something, for example, and then it doesn't go that way, for example, and then 8 months later you see something bad happen, and you're like, this could have all got prevented if we just, you know what I mean?
Literally.
Patterned up or we rare this and that. So now I've got to a point where it will happen within its own time, but I might just not be the generation to see it. Do you get what I mean? I might not be the generation to see 10 Tottenham man do a tune. Do you get what I mean? Like, I've accepted this. If it happens, God's great. That's the vision. I've always said, fam, Martin had a dream. We're living Martin's dream now, but it's not about
It's true.
it. Do you get what I mean?
It's
So
true. Sometimes it's true, man. Sometimes you need to accept it, accept the fact that there's certain things that while you're alive, even though you would love,
still play your,
you
still
get me?
play your. My thing is this,
Absolutely.
wherever you're calling in, still play your position.
Play
It's
our
like me,
position.
I just stick to code that everyone else is not sticking to the same code, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So
Yeah.
I've got to a point where, as long as I do it, someone else should carry it on.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Whoever it is, I'm cool. You know what I mean? As long as I play my part, for example, I put my piece to the puzzle there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see that coming from Marvel, yeah? Like when Marvel really ended and all three of you guys went your own separate ways, yeah? What is the most like valuable lesson you learned from that experience? What did you take up from what's the most valuable lesson that you took from that?
I wish I took my intuition more serious around Marvel times.
Okay. And who was to blame for that?
No one's ever. This is my thing, yeah. You can't blame anyone else, but at the time you just don't have the knowledge.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, at the time, if someone else is fucking up, for example, in the crew, and you don't have the knowledge to be like, because I'm just a loyal person.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my downfall in this life, I don't know. Someone else around me might not have the same loyalty I've got. So they might not do the right thing. Now, within them not doing the right thing, for example, we're all going to be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're all fucked now, whether I like it or not, I could have said yes or no. I just didn't have the knowledge to say yes or no at the time because I was thinking loyalty, we're all, you know what I mean? But you live and you learn, and at the same time, the good thing about it is I would rather that happen then than happen now.
Yeah.
Because I might not, I always say this, mentally, the older you get, for example, you see things different.
Yeah.
So I understand why the good die young, because you don't feel the same inside, for example, the older you get. You might punch someone in the face. Do you get what I mean?
and after growing up, we hear this word a lot, loyalty. And obviously, loyalty is good, because obviously nobody wants a person who's not loyal, you get me?
Yeah.
But do you feel like sometimes in certain circumstances or in certain situations, being loyal to the wrong people can lead you in the wrong path?
100%. I'm a person, I swear to you, my only downfall is I like helping.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. I think you're supposed to help people.
No, absolutely. It's part of life.
Right people.
I believe in that as well. Sometimes you need to help.
You have to go through the experience to understand it. Do you know what I mean? So my thing is help the right people. You never know who the right person is if I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
But take time to know someone.
Yeah, take time.
So let's say, for example, women. A lot of us, we just like how they look. End up having sex with them. I'm sold. Dickhead. Do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Really, you're supposed to assess that woman, for example. In school, you don't go to school in September, for example, and then you do GCSEs a month later. Why are we dealing with partners like that?
Word.
Give that like a year and a half, yeah? And
Yeah.
then you will know if you want to be in this situation or you don't, do you get what I mean? Male and female, that's the advice I would give, do you get what I mean? So, me, myself, the only thing I would have done at the time, for example, I would have just listened to my intuition a bit more.
And do you think, obviously there's a lot of things going on around the world why people are, why there's a lot of suffering, but do you also feel like a lack of loyalty within the world, that's why certain things are going on and that's why some people are suffering?
I don't think it's a lack of loyalty, we just don't
what do you think that is?
We just don't appreciate each other, man. Like, we don't...
Why though? You get on to say, because I love to just try to dig in to get to the core point of like why
it's survival.
Survival mode.
Survival, ego, power, all of these things, for example. There's enough in the world for everyone, for example. But we just everyone wants everything. Do you get what I mean?
Speaking of egos, like right now, hypothetically speaking, like for fun, innit? Nothing serious, for fun. For just the sport, for the love of the sport, Which person would you like to clash?
I think the only person that would give me a good match.
Which person do you think would give you a good clash?
Only Chip.
Chip?
Only Chip.
Yeah.
I think everyone else is not.
Yeah.
One thing I like about Chip,
yeah,
he doesn't stop.
No.
So within
he can't run out of bars, remember?
Like, so he'll give you a good thing. Everyone else, for me, is they're either not bothered, they might have too much bread. Do you get what I mean? Like anything, or lyrically, it just might not be that.
Chip doesn't give a fuck how much money he's got. He's
just in there. Do you get what I mean? And for me, even down to me, I ain't wrote a lyric in a minute, for example. He's the only person that would make me like, alright, cool. Let me put this beat on, for example, and just go ham. Do you get what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go ham every single time, but I'm not. I'm letting you know from now.
Yeah.
You won't hear one bad tune.
Yeah. This must sound like a mad question, innit? Yeah. Like, there's a lot of money in music now, innit? In the music game, innit? And over the last few years, like, there've been more money, more life-changing money for artists, for people to change their lives and their families' lives for good, innit? Like, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but where do you think the money in the scene is actually coming from? What part? Yeah, where do you think the money is coming from? Do you get me? Is it coming from labels, or yeah? Do you think labels are just giving people mad deals, or do you think
It's definitely
there's just money all over the place because
No,
of
it's-
social
it's-
media? Do
it's-
you get me?
I think
There's a
two
lot of
things.
money.
I think it's
Go
two
ahead.
things.
There's a lot of money.
I think there's more people watching our scene now.
Okay.
I think there's more people that can invest in our scene now.
Yeah.
Because of what it's become, whether it's festivals, whether it's Instagram. Instagram's opened us up to so much people, even all over the world, for example. Fam, OnlyFans, people are on there making like millions.
Oh yeah, quickly as well. Yeah. Are you on OnlyFans?
What am I doing there?
How far it ask? Because I hear like on OnlyFans, it's not Tigers. Because I heard
Tiger
on,
Safari.
because I heard on OnlyFans, it's not just basically like sexual stuff. You know, you can actually have an account on there.
But
and
most
just
men are
sell your thing on there, just maybe your music or your other stuff on there. So it's not on the sexual stuff.
Fam,
Would you ever open an account on there? Honestly.
I've got no business there, fam.
Yeah. Go on, but
I don't see it. Do you know the sort of person I am? I don't see it.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Tigers doing madnesses on there as well.
What is he actually doing on there? Like I said, obviously it doesn't need to be anything
I don't want to
sexual. It
talk
could
about
be
it.
anything.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I've heard. I haven't seen, but
Oh,
I just don't see myself on the OnlyFans. I've got no. You know the ones where it's like, it's like catching a religious person in a strip club.
Okay. You know what? What a perfect analogy. Okay, it's one of them ones.
Yeah, like no, not even like say for example, me, don't get it twisted. I'm
Yeah,
not as
but
religious.
I completely get the analogy. You know, that analogy.
Yeah, like I
get it.
just you know the ones where it's like I'll be acting out of character.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Dubs. Everybody on this earth, yeah. I believe personally in it, yeah. Everybody on this earth, like, is here for a reason, innit?
100%.
And I believe like it's literally up to you as an individual to tap into your greatness, innit?
Yeah.
Like